everyone, I'm Anita Bennett, and here's what's happening in LA this week. Summit View Apartments is a new development which shows what can be done when the city uses its own land for supportive permanent housing. The mayor worked with LA Family Housing and Many Mansions. Now 49 newly built units are home to formerly homeless veterans.
So today we're at Summit View Apartments overlooking Hanson Dam. We're celebrating the official grand opening of these apartments, something that has been in the works since I first took office back in 2017. And so this was developed on a city-owned parcel in partnership and collaboration with multiple layers of funding, working with LA Family Housing and Many Mansions. But it provides a wonderful respite, support, and resources for our veterans.
This is 49 homes for veterans who had been formerly homeless here in Los Angeles. And we are excited to partner with the city, the county, the state, public and private supporters in order to bring these new homes to the community.
It's been beautiful. The people that work here are excellent. They're on top of things. I have a great view. I love my place, and it's nice and quiet. Everything's really nice.
What a wonderful day to be here with veterans, and I have such incredible respect for what you did when you were in service. And to me, this is the way we repay you for your service. You deserve this. I'm so happy to see that this is where you will be living.
One of the most important things about permanent supportive housing is this is home. Housing is a human right, and we are so proud to be part of the solution in partnership with the City of Los Angeles to bring more homes like Summit View Apartments to life. It's important that we bring people inside off the streets, but until they move into an apartment, until they move into a permanent place, it's tough to say, I'm home. We're excited to celebrate this morning, 49 residents being able to call Summit View Apartments their home.
National Night Out is an annual community building event for law enforcement agencies across the country held on the first Tuesday of August. We joined LAPD Northeast Division and their community at the Los Angeles Police Museum for National Night Out.
We are at the historic Northeast LA Police Museum. It is the only police museum in the entire city of Los Angeles, and we are celebrating 2023 National Night Out, which brings community and law enforcement together really for the future and protection of our community.
National Night Out started decades ago with other law enforcement agencies wanting to highlight the community resources available to our local communities. So it's been a tradition in law enforcement. You're going to see that other agencies actually have their doors open for National Night Out as well. But as you know, LAPD, we are the biggest law enforcement agency in Southern California. And so it's important for us as the LAPD Museum and the gatekeeper of LAPD history to join in partnership with our division and highlight the community work that we're all mutually trying to achieve together.
I think anytime we can get together and have a good time with our community, it's never a waste of time. It's always positive. So this is just another way of communicating with them, getting to know people. Now they see you out in the community. Now it's easier for them to approach you and to build that relationship and that trust.
Los Angeles Police Museum is obviously tied to LAPD, and what we like to share here at the museum is our important partnerships with LAPD. So the message to the community I'd really like to drive home is that this is a community space, and it's here for you, for your education and for your ability to connect with our officers as well.
There's a lot of different things going on. You can tour the museum. There's vendors of different types. There's food, there's hot dogs, there's raspados, and there's information. We have a lot of different things to get to know the officers, different jobs they do, and get to know them on a personal level.
Now in its second year, the Venice Games bring sports and fitness to Venice Beach. With over 100 sporting groups represented, there were activities for the community throughout the day. But when it comes to these sports, well, everyone's a winner.
Today we're having Venice Beach Games. This is our second year bringing together all these sports organizations. If you can see, we have pretty much every space in Venice Beach activated with some type of sport or fitness activity.
This event is 100 plus organizations, free classes, competitions for the community, Venice, Los Angeles, and beyond.
We've had activities all day. Starting at 8 o'clock, we had registration, and you can try handball, soccer. We have a kids zone. We also have adaptive sports, so we have wheelchair basketball going on. So pretty much anything you want to try out today you can try.
These are amazing boots.
My role today at the Venice Beach Games is the grappling zone coordinator. My organization, the Make Step Foundation, is also a partner in the event, and we help teach self-defense without weapons. Behind me, you're learning a self-defense seminar. So when you walk away from this mat today, you will learn how to protect yourself in the streets. That's what our sport is, self-defense without weapons. So events like this make it accessible.
I'm always skating at Venice, and we heard about this event, so we wanted to check it out, and it's actually really cool to see like all of this stuff going on, a lot of people just having like a really good time. It's so like energetic, and it's really like a happy place.
You can visit us. We have Instagram and Facebook at Venice Beach Recreation Center. It's just a great family fun day. So much going on. The weather's perfect. I don't know how we're gonna get people to leave because everyone's having a great time.
If you'd like to know more about activities in your neighborhood, including youth and adaptive sports, check out laparks.org for more information. Verbum Day High School recently hosted an LAPD resource fair for the community. The fair aims to ease tensions and build stronger community relations.
We're at Verbum Day High School for a celebrity basketball game and a community fair. There are so many resources here, from housing services to mental health to justice for murdered children to our Gentle Giants Foundation. We have a lot of community partners in one space today to have the community come together, understand the resources that are available in our community, and then have a friendly game of basketball.
I represent this community, born and raised, so I stand on their shoulders, and knowing when I was growing up, these kinds of programs didn't exist, but now they do, so it's a life-changing experience.
It's important. There's a lot of stuff that happens in the community, so it's better that if we have the resources and know what's going on between each other, and it helps a lot.
When you build relationships, listen to one another, break bread, and to begin to have dialogue and a truth and reconciliation process when it comes to tension in the community, it makes huge change.
We can make any change we want to make on any level when we have the people behind us. That is the point of strength in numbers.
It is absolutely important that law enforcement is here and the community to break down and tear down walls and barriers and build bridges of understanding and being able to collaborate with one another. We need law enforcement needs the community.
Get involved by choice, not force. That means get involved with things that are happening in your community so you can be aware of it. Know what to do at all times.
2 LAFD firefighters are honored for their bravery. LADWP reduces water restrictions, and LA City reaches a tentative deal with the LAPD union. These stories up next on City Beat.
Mayor Karen Bass announced a tentative agreement with the union representing sworn LAPD employees that aims to improve recruitment and retention. The new 4-year contract will increase the starting salary for LAPD recruits by 13% with an annual 3% increase through 2027. The mayor's office noted that LAPD staffing has declined by 1,000 officers since 2020, expecting hundreds more to retire or resign in the coming year. The LA Police Protective League will present the agreement to members for a vote, which if passed will then go to City Council for consideration. For more info, visit the press room tab at mayor.lacity.gov. 2 Los Angeles firefighters were honored for their heroic actions after a rapid response that saved a man's life. Andrew M. Kelly and Nathan E. Vonderhaar were given certificates of appreciation at the August 1st LAFD Commission meeting for bravery and exceptional effort. The incident occurred at Hollywood Freeway and Western Avenue overpass, where a man in crisis was on the opposite side of the protection barrier. LAFD Engine 52 was dispatched, resulting in Kelly and Vonderhaar pulling the man to safety, a medical assessment, and transport to a local hospital.
I'm sure that there was zero hesitancy in regard to doing what they had to do in an individual's time of crisis. So on behalf of the LAFD, we're very proud of you two. Thank you for stepping up and doing your jobs, going above and beyond and putting others before yourself.
For more info on the Los Angeles Fire Department, visit lafd.org. Customers of the Los Angeles Department of Water and Power are now permitted to water outdoors 3 days a week after restrictions have been lifted. For the last 13 months, watering was only allowed 2 days a week due to the historic 3-year drought triggering a statewide emergency. Effective July 27th, the return of the city's Phase 2 Emergency Water Conservation Ordinance has allowed for the extra day of watering. The heavy precipitation earlier in the year created record snowpack, which led to the mayor and city council approving the change. Watering is allowed before 9 a.m. or after 4 p.m., with addresses ending in odd numbers watering on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and even numbers on Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. For more info on water usage guidelines, visit ladwp.com/watering days.
Hats off to the latest graduates. Family and friends celebrated with 26 new LAPD recruits, 8 of whom joined family who are already part of the force. Here's that story.
Today we celebrated the graduation of 26 LAPD recruits, as well as other agencies that surround the city of Los Angeles.
My daughter, Avian Pointer, graduated from LAPD Police Academy. I'm very proud of her. She's accomplished a lot.
I can say that that's something that he's wanting to pursue before even his teenage years.
Today I came here for my cousin's graduation for police. I'm so proud. Go Pol Bay.
Officer Lugo will be joined on stage by his father, Sergeant Robert Lugo, LAPD, Devonshire Division.
It's great seeing the families, especially with this class. We had 8 of our recruit officers that have family members that are in law enforcement. And watching those recruit officers receive their diplomas and then become full police officers, the pride in their faces and their smiles, it's irreplaceable. It's amazing.
This is a profession that many will say, and I will say, is the hardest profession in America. Far many believe they know how to do it, but few actually step forward. And those few that do step forward, even fewer have the qualifications to meet the demands of what it means to be a police officer.
I think one of the most amazing things with all of our academy classes is how they mold together as a cohesive group. And we really do teach that on day one into the academy. Our academy is over 900 hours of unbelievable instruction throughout the program on a variety of topics, from de-escalation to human relations, interpersonal communication, laws of arrest. We also do training on tactics, emergency vehicle operator course, as well as firearms training.
You are a continuation of a proud tradition of men and women of the LAPD, and shown not only this city, but this nation, that you are the model of 21st century policing.
If anybody has an interest in law enforcement, please reach out to us and let us know. You can go to LAPD online. You can contact us as well at training division or recruitment. And then if individuals are also interested, volunteer. We're looking for volunteers throughout the city of Los Angeles, but especially for the police department. So this is an amazing community, and we want people to get involved in this community one way or another.
The Department on Disability offers a variety of programs and services, from medical hardware to assistance for the visually impaired. We caught up with Ashley Rodriguez, Director of Accessible Communications at the Department on Disability, to find out more.
The City of Los Angeles Department on Disability is one of many departments in the city. We offers a variety of programs, and I think a lot of them would surprise people actually. Like our Community Outreach, Referral, and Education program also manages the Durable Medical Equipment program. And so this offers wheelchairs, crutches, walkers, and additional equipment to people who may not qualify through their health insurance provider. We also have a section in our department that is for the AIDS Coordinator's Office, and they do a lot of great work in harm reduction for people who are experiencing homelessness, as well as people who have HIV/AIDS. One of our main services is making sure that information is accessible for people who are visually impaired or deaf or hard of hearing. We also work with contracted vendors to ensure that people have sign language interpreters, real-time captioners, and video remote interpreting available wherever they go. We work really hard to make sure that our website is accessible, and so if you do want to reach out to us, you can reach us by visiting our website at disability.lacity.gov. We're also on social media, so you can find us on Threads, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at LACDOD. If somebody needs information available in alternative formats, we're always happy to assist getting things remediated and making them available in Braille and large print.
A new health center opens in Westlake in one of the most densely populated parts of LA, and one which has struggled with access to primary care. Supervisor Hilda Solis was on hand to welcome new patients at Alvarado Health Center.
Today we're in the Westlake neighborhood of Los Angeles, and we're really excited to be inaugurating the new Alvarado Health Center. We're really excited to open a health center here in Westlake to have primary care access available for the residents of the community.
This is one of the more densely populated parts of LA City, and we knew during the pandemic there were very high rates of disease.
Prior to this, there weren't as many options for our patients who couldn't afford some of the more expensive or didn't have access to private insurance. And so now we have an option for patients who are served by our Medi-Cal insurance program, and they don't have to travel far to get to their primary care clinic.
Ahora me queda menos de 3 minutos de mi casa y estoy contenta por eso, porque es una gran clínica, muchos buenos médicos, muy buena atención.
Access is so important, critically important, and everybody needs healthcare. We have issues with our senior citizens, with young people, with children, and we know that there are many people that aren't accessing healthcare.
A team that is really accessible, their own patient-centered medical home, a primary care provider, a social work team, a nursing team to address all their anything from routine to complex care, preventive health, and psychosocial needs. This is a historically underserved area, and we're really excited to be able to offer primary care services here.
Wood-turning artist Jackie Hadnot turns his lifelong respect for first responders into a work of art, which he's now donated to the LAPD and soon the LAFD. These custom pieces will be displayed for all to enjoy.
So I'm grateful for the artists that assembled this wooden replica of what I think is the most famous badge in the world for policing, that it represents their core values of service, of integrity, of leadership.
Now, how I got started with wood carving was at 3 years old. We lived on a big livestock ranch in Santa Clarita, and I would run out from our ranch home at the railroad crossing coming onto the ranch for the horn of the train. He must have told all the engineers that run that route who I was, and I ended up becoming their little mascot. When they got up to that railroad crossing, they were giving me as much horn as I could dance to, and it's like if I was at Magic Mountain, Disneyland, and Knott's Berry Farm, and I could never get enough of that horn. 14 years old, I wanted to start carving trains. I remembered when I came in here, and instead of just making pieces for me as trains, I can branch out and make pieces that could be shared with the city. A lot of the officers that walked around here, and they would pass by the studio here, and they couldn't help but at least pop in for a second to see what I was doing. And they came up I remember one of them had mentioned about if one of them retired, they give them a wooden badge. And I said, I would love to do a badge, but I would like to do it in a large format. But it would represent all of the police officers across the whole world. I can remember the day that we took that LAPD badge up there. And then when we took it up there and we stood it up, if you would have drove a car in there, you would be honored to be wearing that badge and you seen that badge. They must have called a few of the officers, they came out and seen that. You should have seen the joy in their face. It's something about art, you can see the joy in their face of something coming up there and just connecting with them. And I looked at Mr. Moore and I said, Mr. Moore, I had a lot of time to understand every inch and every signature on that badge. I said, if an officer stands up for what that means, you never can go wrong. And he looked at me straight in the eyes and he goes, you're 100% right. And I go, I can see why you're the chief of police.
I was humbled by it. I thought the work of its artist, Jackie, was profound. When we talked about its construct and the manner of which it was assembled and the thoughtfulness that went into it, I am grateful for his generosity, for the toil and strain, for how he actually met the challenge of replicating this on such a scale.
And I always looked at the big picture that we got to be thankful for the police officers and the firefighters out there. They're our first responders. We're the ones that have to contact them if we're in need and need help.
This will serve in its location as a reminder to every recruit and to every member of this organization who passes through this academy, whether it's training, visiting our uniform store, or just enjoying our grounds, of that they are a member of what I think is the finest law enforcement agency in the world, and that through these hallways march the giants of public safety.
In this week's feature story, Dr. Valicia Adams-Kellum, who is the CEO of Los Angeles Homeless Services Authority, tells Maria Hall Brown how city and county partnerships can fight the rising numbers of homelessness, and she remains positive about a new approach to getting people off the streets.
Three nights, 6,000 volunteers, over 4,000 square miles, taking the Los Angeles homeless count. There's a lot to talk about, and I'm delighted to be joined today by the CEO of the Los Angeles Homeless Service Authority, otherwise known as LAHSA, Dr. Valicia Adams-Kellum. So great to have you here. It was a little disconcerting and a little shocking to see the numbers. Up 10% in the city, 9% in the county. You know, this is really the first time that you've been in the office to be able to grab these numbers, see what it means. What did it say to you when you saw it?
Well, thank you so much for having me, first of all. And it was really hard for all of us to see those numbers. They were shocking, they're deeply alarming, and we have a lot of work to do here in Los Angeles. And I think while this is a time of great concern, never before have we seen the level of potential collaboration between Mayor Bass in the city and the Board of Supervisors at the county.
Let's get to work.
Absolutely. And me at LAHSA, ready to continue to lock arms and elevate our partnership.
What is going into place to make that cooperative effort work?
Well, I think the most important first step was that the mayor called a state of emergency, day one of her administration, followed by the state of emergency called by the Board of Supervisors. We must speed up the process of moving people from encampments into housing, and we must remove all barriers and red tape. We're already seeing less days from an encampment to permanency than we've seen in the past. That trend is very encouraging. And you have the city and county making sure that the providers are aligned and have the resources they need. Say there's 25 encampments and there's a person that's going to be leading the effort. They're going to be out there understanding there's 25, there's 30 encampments. What's the array of issues? We need mental health here. We need folks with drug and alcohol background training. We need someone with lived experience or an army of folks with lived experience. We want to have maybe security personnel there, and oftentimes LAPD is on call, maybe not on site, but on call. Sanitation services are going to be there as well. And all of these entities meeting at the same time every day, pointing out where we're going to go. That's how the mayor was able to get over 1,000 people housed in her first 100 days. Our goal is to get to 200 and 300 people a week.
Well, thank you so much. It's been a delight to speak with you. Continue the good work, and I look forward to having you back where we can talk about all the wonderful changes that have taken place and all the progress that is being made.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
In this week's Things to Do, it's all about the Concha at El Pueblo on August 20th. Join all the fun in Canoga Park for the 13th annual A Family Affair Festival. And the LA Public Library presents indie rock singer-songwriter Hand Habits at the Mark Taper Auditorium. All this up next on Things to Do.
It's Concha time. Don't miss El Pueblo's Molcajete Dominguero Concha Mania. Come and get a sweet tooth fix with this Mexican pastry and find hundreds of Latin-inspired objects at this outdoor marketplace. From clothing, housewares, and jewelry to unique works of art, all created and sold by local artists. The event also features music, raffles, and live entertainment. Founded in 2017 by two artists who saw a need for more Latinx events, the now monthly community experience continues to grow. Molcajete Dominguero is a place for the entire family to eat, drink, shop, and socialize. Be sure to visit Molcajete Dominguero Concha Mania Sunday, August 20th from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. at El Pueblo, the birthplace of Los Angeles. For more information, log on to elpueblo.lacity.gov. Join all the fun in Canoga Park for the 13th annual A Family Affair Festival, celebrating making a difference through arts, athletics, and activism. This 3-day cultural arts experience features local and internationally acclaimed artists and offers new and unique entertainment each day. The festival will showcase a street dance exhibition, random duos battles, and G-Funk artists Desi Hollow and XL Middleton. Along with great entertainment, there will also be a car show, live art, interactive fun, food, and giveaways. The 3-day festival takes place in Canoga Park August 17th through 19th. For more information about the festival, log on to culturela.org/events. The Los Angeles Public Library, in collaboration with concert promoters Sid the Cat, present indie rock singer and songwriter Hand Habits. Join Meg Duffy, the sole member of Hand Habits, as they take you on a lyrical journey, sharing the latest songs from their new release, Sugar the Bruise. Duffy, a Grammy winner, has worked extensively as a session musician and guitarist. Duffy's own lyrics embrace the unknown and dive into life's uncertainties. See Hand Habits at the Central Library in the Mark Taper Auditorium Sunday, August 20th at 2 p.m. Reservations are encouraged. Log on to lapl.org/events for more information. And that's a look at some things to do.
And that's all for this edition. I'm Anita Bennett. From all of us here at LA This Week, thank you so much for joining us. You can catch us online anytime at lacityview.org. We're also on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter X, and YouTube. See you next time for more LA This Week.